Hi, I'm Shannon Rollings from Shannon Rollings Real Estate and want to take a minute to let sellers know what your next steps are after you get an accepted contract on your home. Yay, you got a contract on your home. What are the next steps? First of all is you need to get prepared for the home inspection. Hopefully you took care of any repairs that were needed prior to listing your home, but if there's something remaining, get it taken care of right away. The home inspection is the buyer's responsibility at the buyer's expense, so they're going to be ordering that, and normally that takes place within 15 days of getting an accepted contract on your home. You need to be sure all the utilities are on and that the attic space, the crawl space, and the electrical panel are all accessible for the home inspector. It's best if you're not present for the home inspection because the buyer will be there with the buyer's agent and the home inspector, and you want the buyer to be comfortable envisioning themselves living there and falling in love with the home all over again. A couple days after the home inspection, we'll get a copy of the inspection report along with a repair request addendum requesting any necessary repairs. Normally sellers agree to all reasonable repairs requested and we negotiate through that process. If you need help in getting vendors lined up to take care of the repairs, let us know. My closing team can assist you with that, but remember it is the seller's responsibility to take care of all the repairs prior to closing. After we get agreement on repairs, the next step is a termite inspection. Look to your contract to see who's responsible. Is it the buyer or seller that's responsible for the termite inspection? If it is the seller, be sure to let them know who the closing attorney will be so that they can get the report to the closing attorney because the buyer will have to sign off on that report at closing. Now remember, this inspection is different than your typical termite inspection that you have done quarterly. It's a state letter that they have to provide when a home is sold. After we get agreement on repairs, we're through the termite inspection. Next comes the appraisal. The bank will order the appraisal, and the appraiser has 10 business days to complete the appraisal process. It's fine for you to be at the home during the appraisal as the buyer will not be present. After we know the home is appraised for the agreed upon contract price and there's no termite or repairs required by the appraiser, then we're free to start packing up the home. Again, be sure to keep all the utilities on all the way through closing. The next step will be that the buyer will do a final walkthrough, either the day of closing or a day before closing, to be sure the home is in good order. You need to be sure the home is clean and the yard has been maintained just as it was when they first wrote the contract. At closing, you need to bring your keys, your garage door openers, and your driver's license. At the closing table, we'll have the buyer, the seller, the buyer's agent, the selling agent, and the closing attorney. Closing attorney will walk us through all the documents and explain everything clearly. Sometimes we do get a copy of the report prior to closing, but many times we don't see it until we actually get to closing. And that's primarily because we're dependent upon the lenders and the attorney preparing all the paperwork prior to closing. I hope this has been helpful in knowing what your next steps are as a seller once you get an accepted contract on your home. If I can help you or your family and friends in buying or selling their next homes, give me a call. I'd be glad to help.